Welcome again to the CI/CD tutorial using GitHub Actions. In this video, we'll cover a new feature of GitHub Actions uh, called metrics. Let's go ahead to the lesson. That's where we stopped in the last video. We had 3 jobs, as you can see here. Maybe let me open up my YAML file. So what we did was to start by a simple job, and then we added the CI for the project to compile C++ code using this Docker image that has a root version 6.18.04. And then we wanted to compile against the latest version. As you can see, we have to add a similar job and just change the Docker image. Now that's how that's where matrix takes place. The matrix is just a set of key and value that allows you to put several jobs in a single job. And how to do this? Let's have this example here. What we could do, we could just, let's go to my terminal. Instead of having multiple jobs, we can use the same job and then use a matrix here. You have to start by strategy. Then you define your matrix. So let's build an environment variable named versions since we want to test. I can put this version I was using, and then I can add also the latest. And then I have to tell this one that what I need to use matrix version, right? And then also I need, and that's it. Great. So what we can do, let's just check locally how it look like. You can see that I have now 3 jobs: greeting, build scheme latest, and the stage. So this means that we run in parallel, as we by default CI run all the jobs in parallel. So we'll see later how to define dependencies. So maybe we can go ahead and let's see, and then try this build scheme. So we can see the metrics testing against the latest version. We can see as well the test against the version 6.18.04. But maybe let's just delete the build scheme latest, because now it's included in build scheme. We don't need any more this, right? And let's go ahead. Now maybe let's check here. Okay, so now it's 2 jobs. Let's now go ahead, add the changes GitHub workflows main. Let's commit with this message. Let's say add multi-job. Then git git push -u origin and the name of a working branch, which is add actions. So we can monitor these jobs by going to, you can go to your remote repository on GitHub and then select actions and then look at multi add job. So you can see that the 3 jobs are running in parallel. So we have this single job and this multi scheme, which is testing the compilation against the 2 versions, the 6.18.04 and then the latest. You can see, you can expand here and see each of them running. Okay, maybe let's check if the latest is how it's going. So it's checking out the container. Okay, let's go back to our main page, and just if you I have left you this link. You can find some few example here. So here, what we did was to test against the 2 versions, but you can imagine testing with different versions, or maybe also you can test against maybe different operating systems, or you can also, maybe you are using, your code is Python based and they want to test against a different version of Python and different version of operating system. Now you hope you understand how matrix is useful in this case. Okay, it seems okay. Let's go back first, and then we see that all the jobs succeeded, and that's fine. So now let's imagine one case. Maybe you don't want the workflow to stop because one job failed. What you can do, you can use this key continue error key, which by default is false. It means every time there is a crash, all the running job are stopped. But maybe you don't want this to crash. You can use this key value continue error true. It's something also you should be aware of is in Git Actions, uh, the entire workflow fails when the one of the uh, job in the matrix failed. You can prevent this by using also uh, the fail fast. It means, okay, it won't stop when just a single job in matrix failed. Okay, now we have an exercise to do. What we want to do is to imagine inside this testing, we just want, we don't care about the latest. Maybe it's not a stable version, or maybe, okay, we don't know, we don't care about the latest is just by to know if it works. How can we make this? Okay, we say, okay, we want to make sure the code compiles on with version 6.18.04, but maybe we'll try to see if the code can still compile latest, but I don't mind if the code fails or succeeds. So we can use the continue error as well. So what we will do, we come here after container, and then we can define continue on, okay, on error, right? And then here, instead of giving a single value, I can just use matrix. And then I can define a variable. Let me call it allow fail. And then I have also to define allow fail here. Allow fail. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna set the default value, which is always false. And then what we do, we just remove the latest from the matrix, and then we add it as a test. Okay, we use include, and then we request the version to be the latest. And now we can set the allow failure to be true. Okay, let's sum up what we did. We use the continue error keyword, and then we use a matrix just in case on our interested version, and then to keep the default value. But for this testing, we will just take the latest version, and then we allow fail, and that's it. So now if you want, you can go ahead and add changes, but the goal of this video was to teach you how you can simplify your life by using matrix. Instead of writing multiple jobs, you can just use a single job and different versions that you would like to test against. And that's it. See you in the next video.